So this will be the main thing you have to do to get started, to be able to get the slides out, get your power on the Lance. This is Mark, who's been doing all the modifications to it. And so here's where we got the cutoff. This is for the battery cutoff.
Located right here is the instructions that illustrate how to operate the battery disconnect. Pushed in is turning the 12-volt power off to the camper. Pulling out on it engages the 12-volt power to allow the lights and so forth to work. When this gets shipped to y'all guys, this is going to be in the off position. When you get it, you want to turn it on. Now this compartment is located from the driver's door at the rear of the camper. In here you also have your black water and your gray water dumps clearly indicated. You always dump your black first, chase it with your gray. Your black is your toilet water.
Yep.
Your toilet water is normally what you want to dump first and use your gray. Your gray is your shower and sink water, and that washes out your sewage hose. Located here are your low point drains. These are in case you got to winterize a coach. Inside the Lance owner's manual takes you step by step on how to winterize this coach. Outside shower, hot and cold, dispenser. Okay. Located here is where you put your sewage hose for when you're traveling.
Just storage.
Located on your slide camper itself, or these just storage compartments itself. This is the reefer access. There's really no reason for y'all to access this unless there's maintenance that needs to be done to the reefer itself. Anytime you go to run these slide rooms, you do want the landing gear down because it's a lot of weight that comes out on this truck.
And these will all be operated off of the remote control. We'll show you that in just a little bit.
While the turnbuckles are on the truck, that keeps the camper here. Do not overextend the legs because you will bend your brackets, these arms right here. So don't run the jacks all the way up, just touch the jacks.
Just make it stable.
That's right. So if you raise this truck with these jacks, you're going to bend these right here. So you don't want to do that. Located here in the back, this is your LP generator. This is the generator that runs the 110 volt side of this camper. That is going to be your roof air conditioner, your microwave, and all your 110 outlets inside the coach. In the owner's manual of the generators, we'll show you how to get in here and maintenance it. You take a flathead screwdriver, turn this, and it removes this door. Located back there is a air filter and the oil dipstick to be able to check your oil on it. And again, in the owner's manual tells you what weight of oils they want you to use and the type of air filter.
Now there's an on and off button on here too, but you want to try to use, whenever you operate the generator, do it from inside the coach.
That's correct. That's correct. But you can start it and stop it from right here. Now located in here, this is not 100% complete, but this is where your inverter is. This is the inverter that's taking 12 volt power and producing it to 230 volt 50 hertz. Vice versa, if you're plugged in, this inverter transfers the power through it, charges these batteries, and supplies power to the outlets inside the coach. We have located on this side wall a Blue Sea charger. What this is going to do is, if you're plugged in and just using strictly the inverter, is going to charge the house batteries. Or if you're not plugged in using the inverter, you're running the generator, as the house batteries get charged, these batteries get charged. The truck comes with a Blue Sea charger. The camper does already up front. What happens is when the truck is running, it's charging this bank of batteries and this bank of batteries. So if you're running down the road, it's charging these batteries, these batteries. If I'm using the short cord for the inverter, it is charging the house batteries and the inverter batteries.
Right. Now these batteries are not the ones, these are extras that were added.
These are extras that we added for this inverter.
Right.
These are 12 volt deep cycle AGM batteries. Okay. These batteries are designed to take this abuse. In the Magnum inverter, we'll show you how to set up the settings if you want to charge at different charge ratings. Right now, we've already set it. It should be good to go. You shouldn't have no problems with it.
Just natural charging.
Natural charging. So.
And the other batteries that come on the coach
are located underneath the step well. Located in here. This is kind of important information. These are your slide room controllers. This controller controls this room. This controller controls the driver's slide room. When you go to operate these are kind of battery hungry. You have to make sure you're either running a generator, got the truck running, some kind of a 12 volt source coming back here.
Or plugged into shore power.
That's right. These slide rooms have a 12 volt threshold. If it drops below that certain threshold, you're not going to be able to operate the slide rooms. It's just to protect the motors. This is a Schwintek slide room. We
Also, getting in, this lifts up, crossbar, and then pull your steps out, just hold down.
Now activating these rooms are the jacks. This is your remote control that's in a pouch that goes right here on the sidewall, right there next to the fire extinguisher. Located here in this corner is a switch. If it doesn't light up and it's not lit red for active, hit the button to activate it. You'll see a red light flash and a blue light flash. What that does is turns this system on so it allows you to use the remote control. There's two settings to your remote control. First setting is green, that is running the jacks.
These outriggers.
The outriggers itself, the outwoods. If I press it again and a yellow accessory light comes on, this is for my slide rooms. Now I can retract or extend my slide room. As I'm holding this down, if you go to the driver's side, you'll notice the room is moving. This has got about a 60-foot range on it, so you don't have to be standing directly at the camper to make this work. If I let off, it stops. If I hold it down, it's going to go again.
Also, you want to run those all the way out.
All the way out and hold it until it stops, physically stops.
And that helps protect the seals that are built into it.
That's right, and it causes a good seal for the interior. Now
The other
I'm
thing
gonna run
is the slides are programmed to where they go out a certain way, keyed in with the remote. So if you change that by stopping it at different intervals, it's going to start losing its programming.
That is correct.
And that's the other arrow on this one?
This is the other. This is for this room.
This will come down.
These campers also come with a wireless camera. That wireless camera is a monitor that goes up in the dash up there on the truck. So you have a wireless backup camera. So if you're using it backing up or going forward, you're able to utilize the monitor up there to be able to see what's happening in the back.
And we'll send those units separately, but they will be included for each truck has them.
Located under the step well are the house batteries. These are just standard 12 volt deep cycle batteries, is all these are. Located here is the inverter panel. Again, if I want to invert, I hit the invert button and it'll say inverting through the screen. We don't have this hooked up at this time, but when it starts inverting, it's going to say inverting. This is what's going to power your outlets that I have installed in your coach. The charger, anytime it sees shore power, is going to charge. If you don't see the green light right here that says charge or charging, you need to make sure that's turned to the on position. If there's a green light right here, you know you're inverting. And of course, fault and power. Power is always going to indicate that it has 12 volt power. Again, all this is already preset up. You shouldn't have to mess with anything, but if you do, look in the owner's manual or contact Dustin. Dustin will get a hold of me and I'll give you instructions on how to troubleshoot it or do the settings on it.
Oh, also, Mark, while we're here, these lights here, and these lights will activate for the interior lighting.
Yes.
And this one
Is the interior
okay,
light.
these are all interior lights.
This switch
Right up here activates your rear camera
Yes.
to be able to receive from the front screen.
That is
So
correct.
you have to have that up.
That's in the on position, down is in the off
That's
position.
off.
You have your dimmers here. Just rotate the knob. You turn them on and off. This light comes on with the switch at the entry door. This light is a manual light. You have to turn that on. Same thing with this light here. These are the new TVs that we've outfitted into the coach. These are Sharps. These are PAL compatible. Located in this cabinet is going to the 240 volt that feeds the TV and your satellite receiver. Your satellite receiver is going to go here. Located here on this wall is your generator start and stop switch. This is your hour gauge, water heater for gas and electric. This is electric, this is gas, and this is your water pump. This is giving me a status as far as like my battery condition, saying that they're fully charged. Fresh water saying it's empty, or 1/3, 2/3, or full. If the red light was all the way across here, that would be full. Black tank is empty, gray tank is empty. That is your monitoring panel. Located up here on the wall, this is a TV booster. The green light off allows part cable to come through if you have the capability of having part cable. If the booster is in the on position, that means now I'm using the antenna, the roof antenna.
That would be the satellite and...
Well, that would be just your antenna, local air antenna. This
Okay.
is the Magic Jack. Turn this knob on right here, this little slide button. This turns on the Magic Jack. This is a gain, so if you want stronger or less signal. And simply to operate this, you push this little button here and you rotate it to get better signal quality.
Fine-tunes it, yeah.
Fine tunes it. Okay. This is the dimmer switch for this side of the slide room. This particular one comes with a bunk bed. You pull this, pull that one. This whole thing swivels down.
And we get
And then you pick it up, roll it up. They're real tight when they're brand new.
very tight. Okay.
And pull straight down.
Now that sets up here.
And this flips over. And this makes into either another bunk bed or just a storage facility, wherever you want to use it for. Is the refrigerator. The refrigerator works off of two operations. It works off of 110 volts, so if I'm plugged in to shore power, which here in the US it's 30 amp shore power 110. Okay. Or if I'm running a generator, it's going to work off of 110. Or it's going to work off of LP. Simply turn the refrigerator to the on position. Right now it says AU for auto, and it's going to select AC. If I hit mode, it's this AC only. If I hit mode again, it's LP only. Normally you're going to leave it in the auto position. And this refrigerator also works off of DC. This is a three-way refrigerator. Okay. Most of the time leave it in auto position. Temperature setting, that's going to vary on climate control and so forth. How cold it is outside, how hot it is outside.
Of course, there's books on each of these appliances
There's-
and all the
There's
items.
more reading material
Yeah.
than you can shake a stick at right here in this
Lots,
box.
plenty to see.
Okay. Again, right here's another 240 volt outlet we have added. It's a double here. At the head of the bed, there's another double located right there for 240 volt. This is a DVD player and a surround sound system from your TV. Again, the instructions are all there. For the people that have iPad or iPhones or the MP3 players, adapter cord right here to play it through here. Like I say, this is a DVD player to this TV. Located around the corner on the wall right there is where the old Winegard satellite system that this coach came with. That switch operates your new dish that we have put on and installed. When it's in the on position, the switch will illuminate green. That means your satellite is working. Located on the wall here is the thermostat for cool, heat, or fan. This is a LP furnace, so when I go to heat, that's going to work off the LP tanks on the exterior of the coach. Cool is obviously our air conditioner. Turn it on, then you have your temperature set. This is a very simple operating system.
The air
Located,
conditioner comes out here in the center,
yes,
and the filters are in here to clean.
yes. The filters are right here. You just take your thumbnail, rotate this little guy right here. It drops down and out. And that's your AC
You
filters here
reuse the
and
same
here.
filters, just clean.
Just wash them out in the sink, let them dry, put it back in. Located at the foot of the bump going up into it. All right, come on. There we go. Oh, no,
Okay, go ahead.
Located right here at the foot of your bunk coming up is the 110 volt breakers. If you have 30 amp short cord and you plug this coach in, this is where the power comes to. This is the 30 amp main, then it's all clearly labeled on the door what those breakers are for. Located here are all the 12 volt fuses for the interior of the coach. This is a standard 12 volt automotive spade fuse.
Okay, also whenever you're hooking your power up to the shore power, make sure the breaker at that shore pole, the shore power pole, is turned off
In the off
before
position.
in the off position before you hook that cord up. Otherwise, if there are things inside, they may trip the breakers for
That
those
is correct.
items.
So if you forgot to turn the air off and you plugged it in, it's very possible for it to come a power surge.
Yeah.
Microwave range right here. You got a cookbook, everything that illustrates that.
It's convection oven,
Yep.
microwave.
Does it all. Then your standard gas LP.
Also, before using this to do the vent, you have to open the vent outside
Exterior
the coach.
vent.
So it'll be on the outside wall, outside this area.
There's the vent.
There's the vent.
Unless that's the venting.
Then how do you open that?
Little pad right there.
That's opening the vent to use the stove inside the galley.
Beyond my reach.
Tanks, this is what runs all the LP on the rig. That's for your LP generator, your furnace, your hot water heater, so forth. Located here is the outside 240 volt receptacle I put in. This is the waterproof one. This is portable water. That means I take good drinking water, whether it be from a water spigot or just dumping water into the unit. This is where you would add portable water to the coach. Located here is this access panel to allow me to go get access to the water pump in case I had an issue with the water pump.
And that's to winterize out of that location also.
Yes. All that again, if you're going to winterize a coach, it takes you step by step in the Lance owner's manual how to winterize this rig. Hot water heater. Be careful if you're using the hot water heater. Don't make sure you don't hang anything directly in front of this because this is LP gas that is being burnt right here.
Do you want to pull this down?
I can find on it while they're on one.
In this position right there? Okay, okay.
On this awning, you have little release catches right here. Pull this up, walk down to the other end, and do the same. To unlock the awning to allow it to roll down, you're going to push directly up on that. That unlocks a mechanical lock up here to allow you to pull the awning down.
Just on the one side.
Just on the one side. Take it all the way down until it stops rolling. You're going to take this arm and you're going to walk it directly up. You're going to take your hand and pull right here. You're going to pull down on it. What we're doing is we're taking the slop out of the awning. You're going to tighten the knob up. You're going to do both sides the same way. Now then, to be able to adjust the height, you just simply grab the lever and pull up. As I let go of the lever, it locks in the locking pins. So now you can adjust your height.
So both sides.
Generally, if it's raining, rule of thumb is you don't want the water pelling at the door, so if it was raining, what I would do is drop one end of the awning down a little bit lower than the other. That way it allows the water to drain from one side to the other. Now then, to put it down, repeat the steps. All the way down. Push your arm. You have a little catch at the end right here that I'm pushing from up top.
That's
Right
to
here.
release that,
That is to release this arm.
and the same on that end.
There you go. Make sure you pick your awning rod up.
This is important.
You're gonna hold this, release it up here at the top, like I just did with my thumb. This is the lock that I'm pushing and pulling back down here.
Let's try that again from this side.
Right here's the lock.
Okay.
So I'm gonna push it in the down position.
Hang on to that.
We'll take this strap about back to the middle position. And slowly start letting it roll up. The trick with these is right before you get to the end, kind of go at an angle with it. So you don't have so much strap hanging off. Because what happens is this will beat and make a wear mark on the side. So we try to roll those up at a little bit of an angle. I should have went a little bit more aggressive with it to get it a little bit up here further, so that way it didn't slap on the side of the coach.
We'll do that before it ships out.